This is Yolanda Yodi Jackson, the pear-shaped seamstress, and welcome to my style journal. Over the next 2 weeks, I decided to share some of my thoughts and insights and things that I've learned for participating in my very first fashion showcase, Cre8itForward 2016. So I've broken it down into 12 topics, and I hope you like the videos. Peace. So today's topic I'm going to be talking about is energy. You just cannot imagine how important this thing is. I really realized that when I began to have to tap into extra energy resources taking on this other project. Because not only did I have to work my 9-to-5 job, I still had to serve my customers in my part-time business. I had to be a mom. I had to do all of these things, and then as well as think of creative ideas and start making pieces. So man, I noticed that my energy was like down. I would get tired real quick. I would experience this brain fog, you know, and my kids hated it. It's like, you know, my sentences would have these like long pauses and they'd be like, "Mom, hurry up." I just was experiencing physical and mental fatigue. So I had to solve that problem. I was like, you know what? I have a long way to go, several months to go. So I need to figure out ways to increase my energy. So some of the solutions that I came up with was as follows. One, I quit coffee. Now everybody that knows me knows that coffee is bae. Coffee is bae. But I had to let it go. And right now, y'all, I'm about 10 days clean. But in the beginning, I told you that I just didn't have that energy. So I was just trying to like fuel myself with coffee. And I would experience those crash and burn, peaks and valleys that come with the caffeine addiction. The up and down of the blood sugar. And it just was not yielding the results that I need. So I had to cut coffee loose. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to do it, though. But for right now, bae is gone. So whenever I take something away, I always try to replace something in its place. Don't always work like that. Sometimes I revert back to the old behavior. But to get rid of coffee, since it was such a strong tradition in my life, I had to do something that kind of like give me the thought and the feeling of coffee. So what I would do is either drink green tea, which is still like a caffeinated beverage, but not the peaks and valleys of the super production and then crashing. Or I would do a herbal coffee drink that I made up homemade. Got an awesome kick-ass recipe, and in the herbal coffee drinks it had herbs and nutrients that kind of like feed the brain. If you guys want to know that recipe, let me know and I'll post a video or link to another video that I use. If not that, then always, sometimes I want that creamy taste. I'll get a nice chai latte, and that would just hit the spot. It will feed the habit, and then I can just move on with my day without the caffeine. So the next thing I did was start moving around more. Now, I ain't gonna turn into no super saint overnight, so you know she ain't running around some shit. No, she not doing that. But what I did was I just started doing basic calisthenics. Instead of just sitting around all day, because I have a pretty sedentary lifestyle. I work at a 9-to-5 where I'm performing my tasks sitting down. And then when I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm at the sewing machine. Most times when I come home from my 9-to-5, I'm back at the sewing machine. So as a result, I'm just sitting around for long periods of time. So in between, I just started moving more. Just basic calisthenics. I would do jumping jacks in place, walking around, taking stairs instead of elevators, all of those little things. I'm on my lunch break now, and I'm in a playground area near my job. So sometimes I just kind of like walk on the park benches. I don't know if you can see it. Stuff like that. just do little things to just try to be active. Also, I do a lot of stretching because there's tension involved when you're in a situation where there's a lot demanded from you. You get tense, you get, so you have to kind of relieve that tension some other ways. I ain't got no boo, so I'm gonna just be stretching today. Okay, the third thing I did was fed my brain. All of that brain fog and all of that type of thing going on let me know that my brain wasn't getting as many nutrients as it needed. So I started supplementing certain things into my diet. Of course, good old-fashioned water is key. So I started upping my water intake. Water goes straight to the brain. It sends oxygen straight to the brain. So that's what I began to do. I also started taking lecithin, which is a supplement, like a granule supplement that you can get in any health food store. Typically what I do is make something that I like to call lecithin butter, because what I do is I mix the lecithin with the good fats so that they can feed and nurture my brain. So some people do it with coconut butter or coconut oil. I do that sometimes, but my favorite way to do it is to make my own clarified butter by cooking out of the milk solids and milk fats out of the butter and then mixing the lecithin in it. And then I eat it on toast or on baked potatoes or something like that, and it just tastes very, very good. You can get it at any health food store. If you want information on how to make lecithin butter or to see what I'm talking about, let me know. I'll add a video or link a video on the post. Last but not least, I got me some help, child. Both of my children are pretty good helpers, but sometimes I also get other family members to kind of like take some of the load off on me and do the things that are not as important, so that I can get the results that I want. That is all.